Lesson 6, Food and Shelter. Hello children. Every day we eat delicious meals to get energy, stay healthy and grow strong. But the food on our plate doesn't just appear magically. It takes months of hard work by farmers to produce it. This lesson teaches us where our food comes from, how much effort goes into making it, why we must never waste it, and why having a safe home is essential for living. Let's listen to a story. Here are two children, Amit and Swara. They are sitting down to eat dinner. As their mother serves them food, she gives a simple rule. Take as much as you need, but don't waste food. Amit asks, "Why is mother telling us this every day?" Mother then explains that every bite of food comes from a farmer who worked very hard in the fields. So now Swara and Amit, out of curiosity, wants to know how a farmer actually grows grains, and so their mother agrees to explain the journey of growing food step by step. Let us understand how farmers grow grains. First, the farmer tills the fields. He then plows the land using a pair of oxen or a tractor so the seeds can be planted easily. When it rains in summer, the farmer then sows the seeds after preparing the land. After sowing, the crops start to grow after a few days. The seeds then sprout and grows into crops using water and sunlight. Slowly, the plants develop healthy grains inside them. Once the grains are fully grown and ripe, the farmer cuts and gathers the plants, and this is known as harvesting. Then threshing and winnowing are done. First, let us understand what is threshing. It is a process of crushing the harvested crop stalks to loosen and separate the grain seeds from the dry husks. For this, they use a bullock. A pole is first erected in the middle of the threshing floor and the bullock is tied to it. The bullock then walks around the pole. The harvested crops are arranged in such a way that they fall under bullock's feet. As the bullock walks in circles over them, its weight presses out the grains from the stalks. So this is threshing. Now let us understand what is winnowing. Now this is very interesting because for this they stand on a slightly elevated place for winnowing. They take the threshed grains in a basket and drop them on the ground. Now the wind blows away the husks and the light debris. Now the grains fall closer together and form a pile. In the modern way, today farmers often use farm machines to speed up threshing and winnowing. Now what happens to the pile of grains? The clean grains are then packed tightly into jute sacks. Farmers carefully store these sacks to keep them safe from pests like rats, mice, and insects. The farmers keep enough grains to feed their own family for a year and take the rest to the market. Traders at the market buy the grains from the farmers. People then buy these grains from local shops, clean them and grind them into flour. Then to make food like breads, that is rotis, bhakris or chapatis at home, we use this flour. This is how food reaches our plate. Many people work hard to bring food to us, so we should promise never to waste it. Why is food sacred? Food gives our body the energy needed to work and play. In Indian tradition, food is considered sacred. So they say food is Purna Brahma, which means that food is God because it gives us life. Eating healthy food in the right amount and at the right time keeps us strong. Regional food variety. Different regions in Maharashtra like Konkan, Vidarbha, Khandesh eat different staple foods based on their local climate and soil. For example, coastal Konkan eats more rice and fish, while Vidarbha and Marathwada eats jowar and bajra. A single grain can be used to make many different tasty dishes like turning rice into idli, dosa, modak or bhakri. Eating a wide variety of grains, pulses and vegetables gives us a balanced and nutritious diet. How rainfall affects crops growth. Agriculture is practiced everywhere in our country. Farming in India depends heavily on rainwater because different regions receive different amounts of rain. Farmers therefore plant crops suitable for their local weather. High rainfall areas. Crops that need a lot of water grow here, such as rice, finger millet, that is nachni, varai, and coconut. Moderate rainfall areas. Crops needing a medium amount of water grow here, such as wheat, tuar, and soya bean. Low rainfall areas. Crops that grow with very little water are planted here, such as jowar, bajra, moong, and matki. Now let us see the 4 things needed for a good crop. To grow healthy crops, farmers need improved quality seeds, fertile land, sufficient sunlight and sufficient water. The types of food grains and vegetables available in the market change according to the seasons and different regions across the country. Seasonal fruits. Different fruits grow and ripen in different seasons during the year. Summer, mangoes, watermelons, jackfruits and grapes grow well in the hot weather. Rainy season. Fruits like custard apples, jamuns and guavas are commonly available during the rains. Winter. Fruits like apples, oranges, strawberries and papayas grow best in the cooler months. And there are some fruits like bananas which are available all season, all year round. Look at this picture. You can see traditional tools like plows, axes, wooden tillers and sickles used to prepare the soil. In the next picture, you can see farmers are working together in flooded paddy fields to plant rice crops. And in this picture, you can see a tractor carrying harvested crops like sugarcane or dry stalks from the farm to the market. Role of farmers. Humans perform various tasks to fulfill their needs. But farmers play an important role in fulfilling the need for food. Farmers have been fulfilling this need for a very long time. They really work hard to grow our food. But before that, they have certain tasks like prepare the soil, sow seeds, harvest the crops, threshing and winnowing, packing grains into sacks, and then transporting it to the markets. But the agricultural production mainly depends on factors such as land, water, climate, and sunlight. Regional crops and local food choices. The main crop grown in a specific area usually becomes the staple food for the people living there. Solapur district, known as the storehouse of jowar because it produces a large amount of jowar. Now the local dishes made from jowar includes hurda, bhakri, lahia, gughra, papad, sandej, ambil and dhapate. Konkan. Here, rice and coconut are widely used in daily meals. Central Maharashtra. Now the staples include jowar, bajra, groundnut, soya bean, sesame and mustard in this area. And the tribal areas, flatbreads like rotis or bread are often made from nutritious local millets like nachni, that is ragi, and varai. Organic farming and modern technology. Organic farming is a natural way of growing crops without chemical fertilizers. They use natural materials like cow dung, compost, vermicompost, and leaf mold to enrich the soil. Now, compost is a nutrient-rich fertilizer that is made by breaking down organic plant and food waste, like you can see in this picture. While vermicompost is an extra rich type of compost made specifically with the help of earthworms. They use natural pest control. Therefore, it keeps the soil fertile for longer and produces healthy, nutritious food. But recently, the use of modern technology in agriculture has increased the overall crop production using machines at low cost and with less labor. Cooking tools and heat. We use heat to cook our food using different tools ranging from traditional to modern. Traditional tools. Haath, that is chula, then wooden stove or coal stove. Modern tools like gas stove, solar haath, solar cooker, gas grills, induction cooktop, etc. Why do we cook food? Cooking makes food soft, tasty and easy to digest. However, not all food needs cooking. Some items like fruits, cucumbers, tomatoes, etc. can be eaten raw. Methods of preparing food. People use different techniques to prepare different dishes such as roasting, boiling, steaming and frying. Here is a table which shows us different foodstuffs and the methods of preparing them. Healthy food and hygiene habits. Here are some basic rules for keeping food nutritious and safe to eat. Always wash fruits and vegetables before eating. Avoid leaving chopped vegetables in water for a long time as essential vitamins and nutrients wash away into the water. Cooking food for too long destroys its natural nutrients. Never leave food uncovered as flies and dust can contaminate it. Allow hot freshly cooked food to cool down to room temperature before placing it in the fridge. Food preservation methods. To keep grains like wheat, rice, jowar and pulses fresh all year long without spoiling, traditional methods are used. Let us see. Sun drying. Now in this, they remove the moisture by drying items like papads, fish or grains under direct sunlight. Using neem leaves. Now here they mix dry neem leaves with stored grains to protect them from insects and pests naturally. Salting and preservatives. Using salt, oil or sugar, for example in pickles and jams, prevents from bacterial growth. Ventilated storage. Now here crops like onions and potatoes are kept in open, well-ventilated spaces to prevent them from rotting. And the last one is refrigeration. Storing food items that get spoiled at low temperature slows down the spoilage and keeps food safe for longer. Storing food properly keeps it safe from insects, fungus and bacteria, preventing it from spoiling. Activity. Now there is a recipe for preserving a raw mango in your textbook. You can do the following with your parents at home. What are preservatives? Certain substances are added to pickles and marmalades to preserve them. Therefore, substances that make these foods last throughout the year are called preservatives. Here are some examples. But remember, no moisture or water should be left in the food, as water helps fungus and bacteria to grow. Now look at these images. Which food you would like to eat? Yes, this one. Because the other one has gone stale, that is, has gone bad. Contaminated food. Contaminated food is that food which is spoiled, poisoned or spreads diseases. It is spoiled mainly by pathogens which are harmful germs. And these are then harmful for our health. Now let us see the causes. Food becomes contaminated due to contact with microbes, that is small living organisms that live in spoiled food, chemical toxins, polluted air and unclean water. Food is contaminated by physical objects such as glass fragments, metal pieces, plastics or soil which are found inside certain food items. Food gets contaminated by using dirty utensils or by cooking food with unwashed fruits and vegetables. Food also gets contaminated by leaving dishes exposed to air, dust and insects. And at last, by keeping cooked food for too long makes it stale and unsafe. Effects of eating contaminated food. Now it causes stomach ache, diarrhea and vomiting, physical exhaustion and bacterial infection, and general weakness. Signs of food contamination and the preventive measures. First, we need to understand how to identify contaminated food. Food is considered contaminated if it looks very bad, old, rotten or moldy. If food smells bad or is sticky, it should be considered contaminated. Now here are some steps to prevent food contamination. Always keep food covered to keep it away from dust and insects. Avoid wastage of food. Always use clean water for cooking and preparing food. And the last point is eat fresh and healthy food. Recovery from illness. This girl became very weak during her illness. She then got proper food, she took good rest, and as a result, after a few days, she recovered. Now we need food to keep our body functioning properly. Like us, all living beings need food. Can you tell? Look at this image. Why is the cat lurking? The cat is waiting near a hole to catch a mouse for food. Where are the eggs of the bird? Why is the cat looking at the nest? The eggs are safely inside the nest up in the tree. Now the cat is looking at the nest because it wants to eat the eggs. Why do you need a house? Mainly for protection from weather. Humans stay indoors to protect themselves from severe cold, winds, the scorching heat, and heavy rains. Protection from animals. Animals also need homes to stay safe. Some build their own shelters while others look for safe natural spaces nearby. Animals and birds that build shelters for themselves. You must have seen the nests of various birds. Now the nest built by a bird is a shelter it has built for itself. Birds need a safe place to lay their eggs. Chicks hatch from the eggs. Some animals eat the chicks. Now baby chicks are weak and cannot defend themselves. A nest keeps them safe from other animals. Therefore, birds build nests because nests protect their chicks. For this, birds choose high, safe and convenient places to build their nest so enemies cannot reach them easily. Some insects also build their own homes, like bees build their hives in trees, in the crevices of mountains. Rats and bandicoot rats live in burrows underground. Animal shelter. Some people keep animals and so they build shelters for these animals. Let us see. Cows and calves are kept in a shed or cattle shed to protect them from rain, heat and cold weather. Hens and chicks are kept in a coop or under a basket-like coop to keep them safe from predators like cats or hawks. Horses are kept inside an enclosed stable so they have space to move safely without escaping. What to do? A sparrow has built a nest near the window of Amit's house. What should be done to prevent damage to the nest? Firstly, do not touch or disturb the nest, eggs or baby birds. Avoid slamming the window near the nest so it doesn't shake or fall. Keep domestic pets like cats away from the window area. Place a small dish of water and grain nearby so that the parent bird doesn't have to leave the nest for long periods. This way we can prevent the nest from damage. Food habits. All living things need food, but they do not eat the same food. Here are some examples. Cows and goats eat plant materials like grass and leaves. Cats eat small animals like mice. And plants make their own food. Human shelters. A shelter protects living beings from harsh weather like heat, wind, rain, and external dangers. Human shelters are broadly divided into two types: urban houses and rural houses. First is urban houses. In these areas, cities are crowded and growing rapidly, leading to the construction of multi-story buildings to accommodate many people in a limited space. These houses are permanent and durable, built using cement, sand, concrete, bricks, iron and steel. Urban houses come well equipped with modern infrastructure and different amenities. Rural houses. These houses are built using natural, locally available materials like mud, bamboo, grass, stone, and coconut leaves. Most of these are kacha houses. Regions that have high rainfall, like the Konkan region, have houses with sloping roofs to let rainwater drain off easily. Regions that have average rainfall, like the plateau region, have houses made of mud with thatched roofs. In tribal areas like Vidarbha and Nandurbar, houses with thatched roofs made with forest materials are found. So these were the two types of houses. Eco-friendly shelter. Growing population leads to increase in the number of settlements and houses. The huge growth of urban settlements is becoming harmful to the environment. Now, rural houses traditionally use locally available natural resources like soil, cow dung, bamboo, wood, grass, and stone. Characteristics of eco-friendly homes. These houses are built using natural, non-toxic materials that do not harm nature. These homes are powered by non-conventional, renewable energy sources like solar panels, wind power, and biogas. These houses use systems to reuse and recycle water. They also use recycle waste products to minimize pollution. Such houses are designed for good ventilation and natural light to reduce the need for artificial lighting and air conditioning. I hope you understood this lesson.